there? Hey, what's your name?
Melissa.
How old are you?
15.
Wow, you. 15, you look very mature for your age.
You won't tell on me, will you?
Now why would I do that to a pretty little thing like you?
Stop, you're making me blush.
You got a boyfriend?
Not tonight.
Where am I?
Philip Lombardi, 46, wife, 2 sons, finance analyst for 20 years, and now a child molester.
What's going on?
We know what you did to Hannah James.
Who?
Don't act like you don't know the name of the little girl you raped last night. You've been waiting all her life grooming her parents to trust you alone with her, and when she hit that sexy, irresistible age of 10, you just had to make your mark on her, didn't you? Before anyone else got the chance.
What are you gonna do?
We firmly believe that when someone uses a weapon to harm someone else, they should have that weapon taken away from them. It's only common sense.
Please don't touch me, please don't hurt me.
Yes, baby, I like it when you bang.
I won't touch her again. I won't touch anybody again.
Then you won't need this anyway.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please.
Okay, ladies, here we go. Just like we practiced.
How did you meet Genevieve?
I was homeless at the time.
What was the circumstance that led to you being homeless?
I was outed to my parents, and they weren't very accepting.
Outed?
As a lesbian. I'm a lesbian.
Go on.
Well, a few weeks into being homeless, I was at a bodega trying to buy some pads. Shit, I thought I had a 5. Hold on, maybe in my bag.
I got it. Throw in some ibuprofen too.
Thank you so much, miss, but you don't have to do that.
I want to.
Thank you so much, miss. Seriously, thank you.
It's no problem, sweetheart. Must suck being on your period when you're homeless.
Yeah, it does. The shelter never has any pads.
Is that where you're going right now? What's it like there?
It's better than a dark alley somewhere.
How long you been on the streets?
A month?
How old are you?
16?
When's the last time you had a good meal to eat?
I don't know, I've just been eating whatever I can get my hands on for $1 a time, you know?
It's rough. Listen, I know this is forward, and feel free to say no, but do you want to crash at my place tonight? I have a huge apartment, you could stay on the couch.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Where do you live?
Downtown. Do you have anyone you can call to let them know where you'll be?
Just a friend from the shelter. I'll text her. Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. Thank you so much. Oh wait, what the hell is your name, anyway?
Genevieve. You can call me Jinx.
go now. I don't know how to thank you. This was such a nice thing for you to do.
You're leaving.
Yeah?
Why the rush? Come, sit, relax. I made breakfast for you.
You're so kind, but really, you've done enough.
At least stay for breakfast.
Okay.
How'd you sleep?
Really well. Your couch is so comfortable. The beds at the shelter are hard and smell bad.
Have any interesting dreams?
Nope. I don't remember mine. How about you?
I had a dream that I was a wolf.
That's pretty cool. What'd you do as a wolf?
I hunted. As wolves do.
Cool. So, you going to work?
No, I don't work until late.
Can I ask what you do for a job?
Manage a nightclub part-time, pays well.
Oh, why don't we go there sometime?
You said you're just 16 though. Just a bit too young.
How come you can't get me in there?
And ruin your innocence. I simply can't have that on my conscience.
Did you just call me innocent?
Aren't you?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I assumed you were a good girl.
Good girl. How?
Have you had sex yet? I'll take that as a no.
I mean, no. But I'm not innocent.
Okay, whatever you say. She's into girls, right?
Yeah. How'd you know that?
Wild guess. What makes you like girls?
I don't know. I just like them.
What do you like about them?
They're prettier than guys.
Were there any girls at your school that you liked?
There was this one girl. Oh, she was so beautiful.
What was her name?
Taylor. Taylor. Oh man.
What was beautiful about her?
She was so nice, so sweet to everyone. She had this adorable thing where when she'd laugh, her cheeks would turn pink and she'd, blush and get all bashful. She'd cover her face. Every time she talked to me, I get butterflies in my stomach.
You tell her.
No, she was straight anyway. Always dating guys that were total dicks to her. I guess she was too afraid to leave them. Honestly, if she were into girls, I'd treat her right. Why are you asking me all this?
Just curious. Oh, you might appreciate what I'm reading. It's this pamphlet from the 80s on political lesbianism.
Political lesbianism.
It's the idea that our heterosexuality is forced on women as a means of isolating women from each other, so we can never effectively revolt against our male oppressors. The way to liberate oneself from that oppression is to choose to love women instead, to restore the bonds of sisterhood, find strength in numbers, and decolonize our minds of internalized misogyny.
I don't know. I didn't choose to like girls,
No, but you said you wish Taylor was into girls so you could treat her right. You're able to see the way her boyfriend mistreats her because you're not blinded by attraction like she is.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Anyway, give it a read. I'd like to know what a lesbian thinks of political lesbianism. I'm going out for the day. I don't have a TV, but there are plenty of other books you can get into once you're done with that pamphlet. You want anything on that?
Like what?
Any kind of food?
Oh, you're so nice. You've done enough. Seriously, I'm okay.
Do not feel guilty. Just name it and it's yours.
Anything?
Anything.
Well, I've been really craving those butter cookies with the strawberry jam on top. If that's not too much trouble.
You got it. See you later.
Have a great day. Thank you so much. When she came home that night, I said I should go, but she insisted that I stay one more night. Every night I try to leave, she'd tell me not to. It got to the point where I was so comfortable at her place, I stopped asking.
What was the time frame in which you became comfortable living with Genevieve?
I'd say a few weeks. Once I realized this was pretty much a permanent living situation, I offered to get a job to help pay for her rent, but she insisted against that too.
Genevieve insisted that you live with her for free.
Yes.
When you tried to find a job, she discouraged you.
Yes.
Did she expect any favors from you?
No, but I did favors anyway. When she'd be out during the day, I'd clean her apartment, sweep, mop, dust things. I felt guilty, like I was taking advantage by living there for free. That was my way of paying her back.
You felt like you owed her something.
You could say that.
Interesting. When did it become apparent to you that Genevieve intended to use you in her plot?
In retrospect, it started with the books. When she'd go out during the day, she always gave me stuff to read. When she'd come home, we'd talk about it.
What kind of books?
At first, feminist books, just stuff about women's rights, pretty tame. And then it got more intense over time. She had me read about separatism and militant feminism. By the time we got to Valerie Solanas, I was pretty open-minded.
Valerie Solanas? Are we talking about the Scum Manifesto? The book about killing men?
Yes.
You mean to tell me you didn't notice you were being brainwashed?
I didn't really believe what I was reading. I was just excited to discuss the theories with her like it was a fun mental exercise.
You do realize what you're on trial for, don't you?
I know, but I didn't...
This was not a fun mental exercise. It radicalized you.
At the time, I didn't see it that way.
When did you start to see that GYNX was recruiting you into an illegal operation?
A few months into living with her, GYNX came home with a new girl, Amy.
Here we are. Make yourself comfortable.
So I guess this is going to be a threesome?
Excuse me, a what?
No, that's not why I brought you here.
What did you bring me here for?
To stay.
What's going on?
Yeah, GYNX, what is going on?
Your name's Jinx. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm so confused.
Look, I need to be back in an hour or he'll come looking for me.
He won't find you.
You don't know my uncle. Okay, he'll find me.
I promise he's not going to find you. Do you understand me?
How do you know?
Because I never get called.
Look, he can track it by my phone, okay? I'll show you. Shit, where's my phone?
Switched it out.
What?
Your actual phone is still in his pocket.
How did you...
Because I know what I'm doing. I have nothing to worry about. What I want you to do is get a good night's sleep. You can have my bed tonight. You deserve to be comfortable.
I don't know what to say.
No need to say anything. Can you promise me that you're going to try to get some sleep? Can you promise me that? Not a girl. Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
See you in the morning.
Now, can you tell me what's going on?
She's your new roommate.
Was she also homeless?
No, she was being pimped by her uncle.
Holy shit.
I pretended to be a madam so her uncle would hand her over to me.
Are you starting your own shelter or something?
I have the space and the money, no excuse not to.
That's wow, that's amazing.
Just doing what needs to be done.
No, for real, you're amazing. Can I tell you something?
Anything.
Way back when I first got here, when you asked if I had sex before, I didn't know how to respond because I didn't know if what happens counts as losing my innocence.
What do you mean?
Well, I had this friend, Jared. He was my best friend since kindergarten. Feels weird to say that now.
What happened?
I was trying to figure out my sexuality. Remember that girl I told you about, Taylor? Well, around this time, I started thinking I had a crush on her, so I decided to see what it would feel like to say, I had a crush on a girl. I was hanging out at Jared's house, and I said, can I tell you a secret? And he said, yeah. So I said, I think I like her friend Taylor. And he said with this phony smile, oh, so you're into girls, that's cool. And, God, I was so stupid. I started pouring my heart out to him, thanking him for being such a good friend, for not judging me. But when I was done, he was really quiet. And then suddenly, he snapped and threw me into the wall. And I got scared, and he started screaming stuff like, how could you do this to me? How could you choose a fucking girl over me after all I've fucking done for you? And then he said he'd been waiting to tell me he was in love with me this whole time, but I had just broken his heart, and he couldn't forgive me. He said he was gonna fix me. And when he was done, I rushed to put my clothes on and ran out the door, but as I was running home, he called my very religious, very conservative parents without my permission and told them I liked a girl. So, as soon as I walked in the door, my parents were waiting for me in the living room, sitting there, silent. They said he called, and then they screamed at me as if I had just murdered someone. I felt so low. They had no idea I had just been raped. They didn't even ask why my lip was bleeding. The same day I got raped was the same day I got thrown onto the streets. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm telling you this.
You have nothing to apologize for.
Well, between you and me, I don't wish harm on anyone. But I hate him so much. I hope he gets killed in some awful, violent way.
It's normal to feel angry at your rapist.
I want him to feel the pain he put me through. All of it. I'd hurt him myself if I could.
What would you do?
Embarrassing.
I won't laugh.
I'd chop his dick off. Whoa. I'm sorry.
It's quite all right.
I need to calm down.
Why? Sounds like you need to get this anger off your chest.
Maybe.
How's it feel to just say it out loud that you chop his dick off?
So good.
Imagine it. Close your eyes. No guilt, no consequences, no limits. You're gonna castrate Jared. Where do you start?
I start at the moment after he's raped me. When I'm grabbing my clothes off the floor. He thinks I'm getting dressed, but when he's not looking, I pull my shirt over his head. He's flailing around, he can't see, I push him to the ground. Now I'm the one ripping his pants off. I pick up the Swiss Army knife he keeps next to the bed because he's afraid of the dark and I'm the only one who knows that. And I stab him. There. He begs me to stop, but I don't. Because fuck Ask him. He didn't stop when I told him to.
That's right.
I finished hacking it off. There's blood everywhere. It's all over my hands. And he's screaming for mercy, and I'm just laughing. Because now he can't hurt me anymore. Or anyone. He won't even think about hurting anyone ever again.
Good. What do you do with the trophy?
You said I won't get caught, right?
It's your imagination.
I hang it over his bed. Let the blood drip down his wallpaper. He can sleep under his own dismembered body part and have nightmares. Every night, like I do. Let him know what it feels like to live in pieces. To have a head and throat filled with blood for the rest of time.
Oh, sorry. I was eavesdropping. I'm just so glad somebody else said it.
Wow, you heard me in there?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Mm.
Give the things that I fantasized about doing to the men who raped me.
Please tell us.
I would rip every single one of their dicks off and I wouldn't even flinch.
Your weapon of choice.
Every time I think about it, it's something different. Like sometimes it's a butcher knife, and sometimes it's a razor, and sometimes it's my teeth.
I really thought I was the only one.
It's normal for survivors to fantasize about castrating their rapists, but women rarely act on that fantasy.
I guess I'd be too afraid of getting caught.
Rapists don't fear getting caught.
Maybe because it's so normal for men to rape women.
I guess nobody really questions it anymore.
That's the problem. We don't question it. Instead, we walk around in our own neighborhoods in broad daylight with our heads down. We let them flatter themselves with terms like alpha male and leader of the pack when we are the sisters of the wolves. We've allowed men to domesticate us, tame us. We let them run free during the night, the time of day that should belong to us as women, as it is the moon that guides our wombs. And it is the darkness that lends us our intuitions and prophetic dreams. But like kicked dogs, like abused bitches, we're too loyal to our masters to attack them when they attack us, to fight for the territory that is rightfully ours. Instead, we continue to love and obey and fear them. We even beg for their affection, speak on command, and roll over when they tell us to. Yes. Just like dogs. Just like domesticated wolves.
What do you think we should do?
First we organize a pack, then we hunt the hunters back.
Are you saying we castrate men?
Castrate rapists, yes.
Where would we start?
Well, we could look it up on the weird side of YouTube.
No, that would be traceable.
Incognito window.
Still traceable. Does anyone read books anymore?
Where would we find books on castration?
Well, maybe the library.
We just couldn't check them out.
Or take notes.
Oh, we have to memorize everything?
Which wouldn't be as difficult as it sounds.
But how would we practice?
Surgeons practice on cadavers.
Let's just get some of those then.
Oh, the cadaver store. Yeah.
But where would the castrations take place? Not here.
Of course not.
Oh, an abandoned building.
All of those are already claimed by squatters, gangs, and druggies. I know a place.
Where?
I can't tell you, but trust me, it's perfect.
Okay, well, where would we find these rapists?
I can handle that part too.
The rapist store. Okay, well, I guess we figured out all the details then of this hypothetical operation.
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Who says it's just hypothetical?
It
It's
isn't?
hypothetical.
What do you mean it isn't? It isn't?
We should have kept this conversation between the two of us.
Well, that's not fair. I had fun with this mental
A
exercise.
mental exercise.
No. Petey's right. If she's not dedicated, that means there are only 2 of us willing to do it, which means we don't have enough people to make it happen, so it is just a mental exercise. Anyway, PB, I need some bread from the store. Be a doll, bring me some. Amy and I have some important business matters to discuss in private.
Excuse me. Miss, do you have a moment for a quick survey? All the questions are yes or no. You can opt not to answer a question if you're uncomfortable.
Okay.
Would you describe yourself as pro-choice on abortion?
Definitely.
Are you aware that the woman's reproductive autonomy is being restricted by obstacles such as waiting periods, fake abortion clinics called pregnancy crisis centers, and jail sentences for miscarriages?
No, that is awful.
Have you or any woman you know ever sought an abortion?
Yeah, a few girls from school and a few girls at the shelter when I was homeless.
Thank you for your time. I'd like you to have this.
What is this? Misoprostol? Menstrual
This is
extraction?
a sampling of ways women can safely and effectively self-induce an abortion.
Holy shit, you're seriously giving this out in public?
Only to the right people.
Are you with an organization or something?
No.
You kn-
I'm doing this all of myself.
Yeah, well, you know you can get arrested for this, right?
I know.
I'll join you.
You what?
I'll join you. Really? Here, learn about it, you know, the more you know, right? Ladies, you know, take care of your lady. You wanna learn a little bit about it? The more you know, right? Learn, hey! All right, the rest of you losing out. Jinx! Jinx! I met this lady. She was pretending to give out surveys. Turns out she's an underground abortionist giving out abortion info. She doesn't even care if she gets caught.
What's her name?
NATASHA.
How old is she?
She looked like about 35. Is that bad?
Not bad. Just a potential obstacle.
Obstacle to what?
It's what we want to accomplish.
No.
She's a radical all by herself, which suggests she's not a team player.
No. I think you need to give her a chance. She said she was tired of using the same old tactics to try to help women, but nobody wants to help her do the more dangerous stuff. That's why she works alone.
And she's older, so she's probably been doing this for years, probably has her patterns, doesn't want suggestions.
No, it sounded to me like she wanted to do something new and work with a team. Please, Jinx, please, can we just talk to her? At the very least, we might get some ideas from her.
When she's not performing abortions, what does she do for a living?
She said she's a cleaning lady
Cleaning lady where?
at a medical school. Cadavers.
Great job, Pete.
This is perfect. Oh, wait, so how do we tell her?
What do you tell her about us?
Nothing. I just said I was reading about feminism because I wanted to be more helpful.
Does she know about me or Amy?
No.
Good. Good. We want to scare her away by coming on too strong. Here's the plan. Introduce me to her. Tell her I am interested in learning how to administer abortions. Tell her I'm already housing a sex trafficking survivor in my house, so she knows I'm not just fucking around when I say I want to help women. See where things go from there.
Turns out Natasha needed a stable space to perform abortions, so GYNX gave her some space in the apartment. Over time, we slowly let her in on our castration plan. She didn't even flinch. She'd been waiting to do something more radical for years. Then one day, Marie came in for an abortion.
Okay, now just relax. You're doing great.
Are you a doctor?
No, I taught myself how to administer safe abortions.
How many have you done?
150, maybe? 200? I've lost count.
Wow. And nobody has gotten hurt or...
No, I know what I'm doing.
Why did you teach yourself? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I read about second-wave feminists who organized abortion operations. They taught themselves about female anatomy. They provided abortion drugs like misoprostol for free. They taught women how to give themselves safe abortions at home. Instead of waiting for the government to make abortions accessible and affordable, they took matters into their own hands.
They really did that?
They really did that.
Never heard about that. When I hear about feminists from back then, it's all crazy, bra burning, man hating.
Fat, hairy lesbians? History, well, herstory, is easily lost. In fact, there's speculation that the early modern witch hunts were partly intended to take women's control of their own bodies away from them. Many of the women targeted were midwives and doulas, women who have advanced knowledge of female health and likely performed abortions. They may have even known treatments for female diseases like endometriosis and lupus, which we no longer have today. When they were burned at the stake, thousands of years of women's knowledge died with them.
They taught themselves too how to care for women?
Indeed they did. We're almost done. You're going to feel a lot of pressure, okay? Just keep relaxing, keep breathing. You sit up very slowly. Does anything hurt?
Feels like period cramps. Here, take them.
These are post-abortion self-care instructions. Okay, follow them very carefully. And we're done.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought it was going to be like, I don't know.
You thought there'd be a coat hanger involved? You can put your clothes on now, or there's a shower down that hall if you want to do that first. Okay, feel free to lay on the couch until you're ready to go home. How are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm kind of in shock.
Too easy, right?
Thought I was going to bleed a lot or be painful.
And yet, you took your chances and trusted a perfect stranger to give you an abortion.
Can't afford a baby. I can't even afford myself.
No one deserves to feel that desperate.
You are angels. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't call us angels.
Yeah, more like fallen angels.
I want to help you somehow with whatever this is. Maybe I can't perform abortions, but could I be useful in some other way? Natasha, you were saying that you taught yourself how to help women, and so did the witch as well. I've taught myself some stuff too.
Like what?
Is this really personal? But then again, I was spread eagle right in front of you a second ago, and it doesn't get much more personal than that. I was a child porn star.
You were a what?
It started when I was 5. My dad, he would make me perform sex acts on film. Sometimes he would be involved, sometimes he'd get his buddies from working on it too. I never knew it wasn't normal. It was all I knew growing up, you know?
Sweetheart, I'm so so sorry.
Can't watch porn now. It makes me sick to my stomach. There's so much porn that stimulates child porn. It's disgusting. The baby doll dresses, the school uniform skirts, the bow ties in the hair, the big dolly eyes. How can a man watch another man fuck a woman who looks 12?
Maybe they think it's okay because it's not real.
Even if it isn't real, it makes light of what like people like me have gone through and makes it cute and sexy and fun.
Does hurt real little girls. Many child molesters groom their victims by exposing them to porn to normalize the abuse and to teach them to act sexually.
That's what my uncle did. He would show me porn before each client, and that's how I knew what they wanted me to do.
Exactly. So I've been teaching myself how to hack, how to create viruses, all of that. I want to be able to catch these men, you know? Collect their personal information or at least destroy their computers. I want to stop them so bad. God damn it! There are so many of them. Filthy uncles and fathers, cousins, brothers. So many families know what's happening to the little girls, but they keep the family secret all hush-hush. It makes me sick. People think that these creeps only exist on the internet or on the news, but they live in our fucking houses. They go to school with us. They go to church. It's not fair that these creeps get to walk around with no shame, so fucking comfortable with themselves, while we have to feel dirty for the rest of our lives, apologizing for everything like we're the guilty ones. Fuck them. I hate them. I just want to chop all of their fucking dicks off.
Funny you should say that.
Now we had me, Amy, Marie, Natasha, and of course, GYNX. It was like a match made in heaven. We were all angry and willing to do whatever it took to make things right. So, we started practicing. Natasha was able to get us into the cadaver storage room and nobody said a thing. I mean, who even notices cleaning ladies?
Say thank you to Natasha, girls.
Thank
you,
you,
Natasha.
And a thank you to Marie for infiltrating the security system to cover our tracks.
Thank you, Marie.
First things first, put on your gloves and your masks.
Yes, Jinx.
For any castration, we must always make sure to tie our hair back. We don't want any evidence being traced back to us now, do we?
No, Jinx.
What type of castration will we perform?
Let's just cut their fucking dicks off!
No. There are two types of surgical castration. Okay, an orchiectomy and a penectomy.
Does it matter what kind we do?
An orchiectomy is the removal of the testicles.
So the man still has a penis but no sex drive.
Then there's the penectomy.
Where he doesn't have a penis, but he still has his testicles.
With a penectomy, not only will he no longer have a penis with which to rape women, he will also continue to experience sexual arousal.
With no way to release it.
Sounds like torture. Penectomy!
Keep in mind that with a penectomy, it is a far more invasive process as it involves the rerouting of the urethra close to the anus. We will also need to be mindful of blood loss. It will take longer than an orchiectomy.
Good, make the rapist suffer more.
Bring out the cadaver. Go wild, ladies! You know what to do.
I've been waiting all my life!
Then it was one cadaver after the other. The annoying part was we had to reattach the penises when we were done so nobody would know what we were doing. GYNX said we...
We have to practice until we can do this blindfolded. Steady your hands. Our castrations must not look like some hack job. We must show them we are serious. That we took the time to study how to punish them properly. That we took the time to understand their weapon inside and out. What's the biggest mistake made by all vigilantes? Ego! Yes. The ego gets in the way of the work. As soon as a vigilante movement starts flaunting their work, tagging their crime scenes with spray paints, teasing law enforcement, they have failed. at their mission. Their work becomes a performance. We must not become like them. It's not occupied. It's not anonymous. It's not for the glory or the recognition of our work. This is for the good of women. We must be whispers. We must be shadows, glimpsed, then disappear. We must be ghosts. The ghosts of the witches they burned at the stake.
Stages!
Great job with that, not Natasha. Beautiful incision, Marie. Amy, remarkable precision. Beauty. You have a focus in your eyes like I've never seen. You all are made to do this work.
Thank you, Grace.
Now when we do begin the real castrations, I cannot reveal to you the location of the castration room. Or drive you there blindfolded and take you home the same way. If one of us gets caught, we cannot afford to let it sabotage the mission. Also, we will not be castrating our own rapists because above all, we must be absolutely certain we are doing this for women, not for ourselves.
Then one day, GYNX came in with our first specimen. Phil, his name was. We never asked how she found him or how we knew she was certain he was a rapist. By that point, we trusted her so much.
Okay, ladies, here we go. Just like we practiced.
Then, after him, it was one man after the other. Every week, a different man, like a slaughterhouse. You get used to their fear, learn to ignore it. Some of them hold really, really still. Some of them scream bloody murder. Some of them beg us to stop. Some of them pass out from the stress. Kind of like how women respond to being raped. They didn't come forward immediately. I guess they were too scared or embarrassed the whole world would know they didn't have a dick anymore. So instead, they whispered it between themselves. And that's when the men in our area started acting differently. Less aggressive, more apologetic. And the women more free, more relaxed. To see the changes we'd made in the world almost instantly made us feel invincible. It was incomprehensible. It was beyond us. It was thousands of years. It was millions of women and children finally having their rapes being resolved.
Not a man to be found anywhere. Isn't that lovely? No lyrics, no crude commentary, no sleazy pickup lines. No having to keep an eye on your drink. No one coming up from behind trying to grope you when you're just trying to game.
It is lovely. I feel guilty saying that.
Why guilty? Look around. All these women are having the time of their lives. They finally feel safe. They're let loose. Come on. Let loose.
I can't.
Why not?
There's cops over there.
Female cops. They wanted this just as badly as we did. They're not checking anyone's pockets. They're not trying to find us. They love this world we created.
This world we created.
We did this. You know that? This utopia is because of us. After everything you've been through, you never have to go through that again. You're safe here. No one's gonna hurt you.
And when she kissed me, I felt safe. I felt like everything was going to be okay, like we were doing good work. I don't know. We were in our own safe little world. And maybe she loved me. I swear, I had no idea what was coming next.
They took my dick! Those bitches took my dick! They took it from me! I can't jack off! I can't fuck my wife! How the fuck am I supposed to tell her it's not there anymore? They took it from me! Those fucking whores! Those cunts! I want it back. I want it back! Give it back! I'm gonna make sure they find you and they put you away forever. Let's see how they treat you in prison, huh? Hello? Yes, 911? Yeah, what's my emergency? I was castrated!
Drugged, kidnapped, and castrated by 5 unknown women 4 months ago. He has chosen to remain anonymous, but came forward to warn other men that they may be the next target.
2 more men have come forward claiming they were castrated by 5 unidentified women. There's no known connection between the men to each other or between the men to...
A 15th man has come forward in the case of the local castrations. The police are saying this is too organized to be about personal revenge.
New evidence in the case of the local castrations. 5 of the 32 men who have come forward so far, according to police reports, confessed to having committed rape before they were castrated. None of these men have ever been charged with rape, but because of the victims' confessions, it is now believed that the unknown women behind the castrations, now being called the Feminazi Five,
until the Feminazi Five are caught and sentenced to prison, men are warned to keep a close eye on their drinks and be careful when going out alone at night.
What happens if you get falsely accused? Do these women have any proof?
Castrating them with no anesthesia?
Whatever happened to due process?
These women are using feminism to disguise their hatred of men. This is a hate group. This is a terrorist organization.
Why do you preserve the penises and use them as dildos and athletics on sticks?
I heard they sacrificed his penises to like an Indian god.
The police department is working around the clock to find out who is behind these vigilante mutilations. Once found, they will be prosecuted to the fullest degree. While we share their feelings that rape is an atrocious act and deserves severe punishment, we do not condone their approach to confronting the issue. We implore them, and to anyone else who wants justice served to a sexual predator, to report the predator to the police. That's what we're here for. We have served this community loyally since the very beginning, and we will continue to do so.
But officer, many women have filed complaints against your precinct for failure to test rape kits and for pressuring them to drop their charges.
I have no comment about that at this time.
A man in the Bay Area of California has had his hands cut off by an unknown group of women. He says they did it to him because he'd been physically abusing his wife.
This is absolutely out of control. Sure, everyone can agree that rapists should be castrated, but cutting off a dude's hands for hitting his wife, come on! He all got bullied in high school. Should we cut off the hands of the bullies? The parents
Now what about
should we cut off
female
your
rapists?
hands too?
Should we cut off
And then
their
what?
lips?
Slitting
Oh,
the
no,
words
that's
of cat
female
collars?
genital mutilation.
Where are they going to draw the line here?
Misogynistic. They're fine with misandry, but not misogyny. These feminists and their retarded political correctness, so full of contradictions.
Hey, come out for drinks with us, man.
Nah, man, I can't. Why? Dude, didn't you hear? They're drugging men and then cutting off their dicks.
They only do that to the rape.
That's not true. Most of the guys who came forward swear they never raped him. I don't want to take my chances. It's one thing to pass out drunk and wake up with a dick drawn on your face. It's another to wake up with no dick at all.
Just keep an eye on your drink, then. Or wear that nail polish and change its colors if there's roofies in it.
I'm not fucking gay, you asshole. I'm not wearing nail polish. And I'm not going out.
Hey, sexy. What's your name?
Got a girlfriend?
Where are you going?
Why won't you look at us? All right, I couldn't see you.
Watch out!
Watch out, you might be next.
A new report from the local police department shows that the number of reported rapes in the area has gone down by 50%. The number of rape reports began to drastically decline just after we aired early coverage of the Feminazi Five. The success of this operation in decreasing instances of rape is unprecedented. It's historic. Ladies, we need to talk.
What's up?
Oh, nothing. We're just international superstars.
What? Since when?
A few weeks ago.
What do you mean international superstars?
Look! Everyone's talking about us.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
What?
You have a cell phone? When did I give you permission to have a cell phone? What do you even need that for? You wipe this?
We'll wipe it.
I don't know, work your hacker magic or whatever the fuck it is that you do! We don't want any evidence being traced back to us.
How would they track us first? They'll need to know Amy was a suspect.
They would know Amy's a suspect. The pedophiles she's baited know her by face! They have pictures on her plastered on telephone poles. God forbid someone calls the cops and sees her on the street and turns her in. What's the first thing they'll take from her? Her cell phone.
I'm wanted?
Yes. And you're not going outside anymore. That's it. The rest of you aren't going outside either, not until the rest of this blows over.
This isn't going to blow over. They're not going to stop until they find us. You want us to stay inside forever?
Well, why can't I go outside?
You, Amy, and PETIE are homeless. You don't have IDs. You don't go to school. The cops would have a field day charging you with shit. PETIE, you're legal now, so they won't be charging you as an innocent little girl anymore.
Okay, well, I understand why they need to stay here, but I have a job. If I don't go, people will start looking for me.
You don't have a job anymore.
Oh. Well, if that's what it takes to accomplish this operation, then I'll do it.
The rest of you?
Okay.
Whatever you need, Jinx.
Jinx, I heard a lady not far from here had the FBI come to her door because she Googled what is castration. Is that true?
Supposedly, yes.
How do you feel about that?
Collateral damage.
Excuse me?
We can't be saviors to all women. Inevitably, some will get hurt as a result of what we do, but in the long run, more women benefit than not.
Wow. That's cold.
Sounds like your heart's not in the right place, PETIE. You having wayward thoughts?
Oh, wayward thoughts? Heavens no. I only have the thoughts that you give me.
I know the media named us the Feminazi 5, but that's kind of harsh. So, I was thinking we should give ourselves a name. I've been working on a list of potential names for our group. Anyone want to help me out? So far, I've got the Rapist Reapers.
Oh, I love that.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about this too, coincidentally. How about something that plays off Jack the Ripper?
The Jackie Rippers?
Or what about something with like a feminine flair, like the castralitas?
Or how about a reference to a mythological female figure?
We seduce men there to their demise.
Oh, like sirens,
Like the Bobbits.
Ball busters.
chop chicks,
Cop cutters.
The vigilantes.
Vaginators.
the Pussy Avengers. It's your costumes.
I never thought I'd say this, but the term feminazi might actually be accurate. We're a group of women that sterilizes men. We're like running a eugenics program.
Feminazi would be a fair term if we were feminists running a eugenics program.
Aren't we?
You a feminist?
I thought so.
How so?
I don't know. I think women should be equal to men.
Equal to men. Equal how?
Like, we should make as much money and have as much power in society like they do.
Male power is generated through violence towards women, animals, and the earth itself. For women to have an equal amount of power to men, they have to have an equal propensity for violence. So, if by power you mean the equal chances of becoming a CEO, what you're actually trying to say is you'd like the equal ability to set up sweatshops in Guatemala, profiting off the blood and tears of 10-year-old girls making 15 cents an hour. No feminist should want equality with that. Feminist or not, we shouldn't have a name that feeds the ego.
Okay, I take back what I said about being a feminist.
No, Marie, no, don't take back what you said. Be a feminist. Let Jinx get offended in her pants about it.
I'm offended?
What else would you call it?
I'm merely challenging her definition of feminism.
There are different schools of thought when it comes to feminism. Sure, equality to men doesn't make sense, but some feminists don't want equality with men. They want liberation from men.
Women's lib, which also doesn't make sense. Hardline separatism is only an option for those middle-class white women who can afford to uproot their lives, move to a commune, and leave poor women behind. So much for sisterhood.
Whatever. I'm not trying to debate with you over whether feminism makes sense. I'm just saying, Miss Marie, stated her opinion and you jumped down her throat about it. She also tried to start a fun game and you shut that down too. Also, it's fucking crazy how you're more offended about being called a feminist than by being called a Nazi.
Gotta go to work. See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Well, okay, even if we don't come up with a name for our group, it's just fun to keep coming up with names. Can we keep going? What are some, figures in history that castrate men? Any goddesses? Any...
Kali?
No, Kali cuts off heads and drinks blood.
That is so fucking cool.
Wait, we do cut off heads. If you know what I'm talking.
We're the headhunters.
Yeah, we're literal ovary gang. What's this the slogan you told me about?
Ovaries before broveries. Oh my god, wait, I just thought of something so fucked up.
Okay, what?
We could call ourselves the Cult of the Cunts.
And Jinx is the cunt cult leader.
Okay, Petey.
Okay, what?
Come on, your attitude towards Jinx lately seems over the top.
We've dedicated our lives to hunting down and castrating rapists, but having an attitude is over the top.
Petey, I'm a nice person. I like everyone here, and it takes a lot to make me mad, but you are pissing me off so much lately. I just like to say this on behalf of us all. You're the most ungrateful little bitch I ever met. Jinx literally pulled your sorry ass off the fucking streets, and all you do is talk shit about her.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna call you a bitch, but Marie's right. You've been so mean to Jinx lately, and I don't understand why. She saved my life.
And she saved my life, and she saved your life.
Are you two being serious right now? You three? Don't tell me I'm the only one who sees it.
Sees what?
She may have saved our lives in the beginning, but now she's putting our lives in danger.
Danger? I can walk down the street in peace now.
You can't walk down the street at all!
Oh yeah.
We haven't left this apartment in 2 fucking weeks. I can't even sit on the windowsill to get some sunlight because they might find us. Can't you see? She's controlling us.
It's for our own good. Do you want us all to get caught?
No, you know what? It seems like Petey needs some space. I mean, wouldn't you agree, Petey? You've lived with Jinx for a long time. Sometimes living with someone makes you hate them a little.
I don't hate her.
Yeah, you love her.
Don't go there.
We know you aren't Jinx. It's okay. You can say it.
Stop that.
We know you're just mad Jinx. Well, fuck you!
Shut the fuck up! You know what? No. This isn't about hating her or loving her, and it's not about cabin fever. She controls our lives. And while she goes to her alleged nightclub job, the rest of us rot in here. I don't believe that's what she does for a living. I'm going to prove, once and for all, where the hell she goes on the weekends.
But what do you think? She said we couldn't leave. What are you doing? PETIE!
Where is it?
Everyone's looking for us. We can't risk getting caught.
We had a deal.
Just give us time.
How much time? It's already been 2 weeks. The customers are getting impatient.
It's not just getting caught I'm worried about. One of the girls destabilizing the group.
How so?
I'm worried she'll turn on us. She's been asking questions. Just give me time to figure out what to do about her.
Next week, at this time, if you don't have another video, I'm taking away your stripping money.
Don't think I didn't notice you following me. You leave tracks as obvious as wounded rabbits.
What's the Luna Rosa?
Strip club where I work. You see my shit teased you? You like what you saw?
Stop that.
What the hell were you doing?
Trying to figure you out.
Figure what out?
How you make money, where you go at night, who the hell you are.
My name is Genevieve Savoy. I'm the most popular dancer in a strip club called the Luna Rosa. That's where I go. What else do you want to know?
How much do you make?
$1,500.
In a week?
In one night. Holy shit. Anything else?
Who is that man you were talking to?
You don't want to know.
There you go, being shady again.
I'm keeping you safe.
There you go with that excuse again.
There are consequences for knowing too much.
I know it was me you were talking about. Saying you don't know what to do with me? You might as well tell me.
That man runs a website on the deep web where people can watch torture porn. We make castration videos for him.
We?
Yes, and we make a great deal of money.
How much do we make?
Don't worry your darling little head about that.
How much?
It's being put to good use.
You better say you're donating it all to Planned Parenthood because I swear to God.
No movement can be successful without resources. More money buys more power, you know that. If we were just another fashionably broke riot girl collective, this whole thing would have been over before we started. Money buys legal protection and territory. It gives us the ability to intimidate political enemies and bribe law enforcement. It buys weapons and safety.
How much do you keep for yourself?
None.
Right.
I'm serious.
Then why were you keeping it from us?
Because if anyone suspected me of having ulterior motives, this whole thing would have fallen apart.
But shouldn't things fall apart if one person is keeping things from everyone else?
The deception was for a good reason. They want to cause tension within the group. Imagine being in my place.
Okay, I guess I understand why you didn't tell us about the money, but I still don't understand. You said so much about being anti-porn, anti-working with men, anti-hierarchy, etc., etc. You lied about so many things. Are you also lying about being anti-rape?
I wasn't lying about those political stances. Strategic compromises must be made in situations like ours. You can't fight power if you don't have any of your own, and you can't get that power if you're all about purity politics. We were already in a place of power. We can make our own decisions. Until we reach that place, compromise. I know there's a lot to take in all at once, and I understand you might be upset with me. I'm truly sorry if I made you feel that way. I will be more upfront with you from now on.
Okay. Thank you.
Good. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
No.
Then I'd like to address something with you.
Sure.
I've been getting the feeling lately that you resent me. Do you?
Yes.
That's fine. We all get angry sometimes, but I'm concerned because your opinions about me affect more than just me. They affect all of us. I told you I'd be more honest, so here it is. You already heard me say it to the man. I worry you're destabilizing the group.
How?
By living under my roof, eating my food, and showing contempt for me rather than gratitude.
That's not fair. When I tried to be independent and get a job, you wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me go back to school. You stopped me from giving back to you.
I stopped you?
Yeah. You kept insisting.
You could have ignored me.
You kept arguing.
You could have gone out and gotten a job anyway. I didn't stop you. You stopped you.
That's not how it happened.
How did it happen?
I don't know. You made things difficult.
I wasn't stopping you then, and I'm not stopping you now. You could leave. Forget this whole operation, but instead, you make a big scene out of asking questions so you could soothe yourself with the lie that you're in total control, that you can think for yourself, that you're not afraid.
But
What? You want to be a part of something important?
I know.
You wanna make a difference? You wanna matter?
I don't want to leave.
You clearly don't want to stay either, so it's probably best for all of us if you do leave.
But I want to keep working with you.
Why is that?
Because I have nowhere else to go.
That's right. So if you don't want to find yourself on the streets again, you have to prove you have what it takes to stay here. Take your turn being the predator. You hunt the target this time.
How?
No hints. Find a target 3 days. Be absolutely certain he's guilty. Make prey out of him. Can you do that for me?
I think I can.
PETIE, I know you can. You have good instincts. Remember how you found Natasha, you listened to her, you picked up on clues. She had what it takes to make a good member of the group. She was lonely. She was receptive to new ideas. She wasn't afraid to do illegal things, and you knew that I was lying about what I did for a living. You have what it takes to hunt the hunter.
I'll do my best.
Good. I believe in you. Oh, one more thing. If you fuck up, you become the prey.
PETIE? PETIE, is that you?
Oh my
A lot's been going on.
Like what? Were you in the hospital or something? Because we tried asking your parents if you were ever coming back to school, but they were so cryptic. Like, PETIE's gone away. We don't know when she'll be back.
That's seriously what they said? Wow, they didn't even try to come up with a lie or make up a story. I guess that's how much it meant to them.
I'm lost. What are you saying?
It's a long story.
I have time.
I don't know.
Is it bad?
It's personal.
You can trust me.
My parents kicked me out. I was homeless for a month.
They kicked you. Why?
Because I'm a lesbian. Surprise! I'm a lesbian.
And that's why they kicked you out?
Yep.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
They haven't even tried to find me. I haven't gotten a single phone call or anything.
I was calling and texting you. Did you not see that? Because
yeah, I'm sorry I never responded. I figured Jared might have told everyone
but Jared
anyway.
didn't know where you were. No one knew where you were.
Oh, that's what he said? That fucking liar. He's the one that outed me to my parents.
What?
Yeah, right after he... Never mind.
After he what?
You know what? Fuck it. Jared sexually assaulted me after I came out to him. He was mad I was into girls and not into him, so he raped me, outed me to my parents, and then got me kicked to the curb.
Whoa. I didn't know he was that kind of creep.
Yeah, I didn't know how to tell anyone. We were all such good friends, you know. Probably nobody would have believed me.
I believe you. I mean, I'm in shock right now. And I don't know how I should feel because I liked Jared. And I don't think I can look at him the same way from now on, even if I tried. Are you okay now?
I found a place to stay.
Good. That's really good. I'm happy for you. Yikes. Should I tell the rest of our friends about him? Because
You don't have to do that.
but I would if you wanted me to.
Wow. Taylor, thank you so much, but you do whatever you think's best, you know? It doesn't make a difference if you tell anyone what he did. I'm not in school anymore, so he can't find me. He can't come after me.
Yeah, but he could do it to somebody else. I could tell everyone and they could steer clear.
As long as you're safe. Do whatever you want.
I will. Speaking of feeling safe, have you heard of that group that like castrates people?
Yeah. What about them?
I know people say that their methods are like really violent or whatever, but I'm so grateful they exist.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
I mean, like, things have really changed in the world. Like, I wore a short skirt today. And I haven't done that in years because I used to be so afraid of, like, you know, getting harassed or upskirt pictures or getting groped. I mean, you know the rest, but I can wear a short skirt now, and it's such a simple pleasure, but, like, it means the world when you can have these little things again. Like, I can feel the sunlight on my thighs and the breeze between my legs.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And you were so great to tell me about Jared. Could I tell you something that happened to me? Because I think you'd understand.
Sure. What's wrong?
Well, as you know, I tend to fall for douchebags.
Not that it makes anything they do your fault.
I have a hard time believing that that's true. Anywho, after we graduated, I found this guy. And please don't judge, but we met on a dating app, and I just wanted to hook up, and I really don't know what I was thinking. Like, we met at his place, and I know you're probably judging about
I promise you, I'm not judging you. Really.
But he started being like, way too rough. And it hurt a lot, so I told him to slow down, and he just went rougher. And then he started choking me without my permission. He was taunting me, saying things like, "Are you scared?" and calling me a bitch and a slut, and he said he was going to kill me. And I was scared, but for some reason, I couldn't just open my mouth and say no. It was like I was paralyzed. Like, I felt like the biggest idiot in the world. Like, if that's how I was going to die, then it was definitely my fault, you know? Like, what cop would believe that story? Like, hi, I met up with a stranger, and now he's, you know, threatening to kill me after I took off all my clothes for him, so it's crazy.
That isn't your fault.
But it started off as just sex.
Being too scared to say no isn't the same as saying yes. It wasn't consensual.
Okay, but is it rape, though? Because I feel like some people get to call what happened to them rape because it clearly wasn't their fault, like kids, you know? And then there's people like me who easily could have prevented it, but they were just too goddamn stupid to do so.
I know how you feel. You know, I shouldn't have trusted him. I shouldn't have been alone with him, but in reality, he shouldn't have raped you. It's not wrong to trust people. It's wrong to take advantage of people's trust.
It's like I just walked into it, like I was asking for trouble.
Do you think any woman asks to be sexually assaulted?
No, of course not.
So what makes you the difference? What makes you any different? A second ago, you were comforting me about Jared. I need you to do that for yourself. I need you to be kind to yourself, okay? Can you do that? It's okay. I know you said he was a stranger, but I'm just curious. Did you catch his name?
Martin. Martin.
Last name?
Hollander?
What did he look like?
He's like kind of a bro, like beard, and he had really pretty green eyes.
Where'd he live?
In a house on Oak Street. The pale blue one next to the church.
It was really great to see you again, Taylor.
Yeah, you too. Petey, thank you. Thank you so much.
Where am I?
Martin Hollander,
Who are you?
youngest of 3 brothers, raised by a single mom in Denver, assistant director of an automotive dealership, and a rapist.
What's going on?
I typically take charge of these things, but tonight she'll be taking care of you. Congratulations on your first hunt. The trophy is yours for the taking. You can start whenever you're ready.
Wait, are you the chicks from the news? The ones who castrate rapists? Are you?
Yes.
Oh, sweet! Oh, I can't believe my luck! Holy shit, yes! Fuck yes! Oh, this is like my fetish.
Is he being sarcastic?
No, I don't think he is.
Oh, when I first heard about you girls, I jerked off so many times just imagining you kidnapping me and hacking my dick off. Ah, yes! Oh, this is like, I'm so hard just thinking about it right now. I'm ready. Do it. Do it. Cut it off. Cut it off. You, the sexy one, I want you to do it. And like, pretend to give me a blow job before you cut it off. Like, tease me, you know, before you cut it off. I'm into that orgasm denial stuff.
Do you even know why you're here?
Yeah, hey, you castrate rapists or something, yeah.
You raped a girl named Taylor. Do you remember that?
I've raped lots of women.
You ruined her life.
You should get over it. Jeez.
You branded yourself into her memory and you can't even remember that?
No. Oh, can we hurry this thing up? Oh, come on, you're not going to? Oh, you can't just get my hopes up like that. I'm getting blue balls over here. Come on, I'm waiting.
Wait, I want to get the fucking fetishes too!
Fuck you! Oh,
Fuck you! Fuck you!
oh, yes, it hurts.
Fuck you! Fuck
One of the first rules of this operation was to not make it personal. No castrating our own rapists!
But he wasn't my rapist. He was Taylor's rapist. I was doing the right thing.
Passion! You let your emotions get in the way. Now what did I say would happen if you fucked up?
I become the prey.
That's right. You became the prey of your own goddamn self. Why do you think I asked you to hunt the target this time?
To prove I could be a part of the group.
What do you think, ladies? You think someone who shows this much self-interest and lack of emotional stability and impulsivity deserves to stay in this group?
No, James.
The jury has ruled. Amy, Marie, Natasha, we gotta go. Baby, you made this mess, you clean it up. Good luck. It's nice working.
Fuck justice! This was never about me. You never cared about me, or them, or any woman. You did this for yourself.
I never cared! I gave you a place to live!
No!
I gave you food to eat. I gave you safety and love and acceptance of who you are.
No, you used me. Who better to pin this on than a lesbian? Everyone thinks lesbians hate men anyway. You chose us because nobody cared about us. Nobody would notice us missing. We were vulnerable and young and stupid and so fucking stupid.
How else could it have been done?
By choosing people who weren't already victims. People who can stand up to you.
Imagine if I had done this differently. If I had used, say, a straight woman who had never experienced the horrors of corrective rape, or as a privileged sex worker instead of a child rape trafficking victim. If I had used women who love men and love men's cocks, none of this could have happened. It was never the four of you who were being used. It was your pain and the knowledge and the raw motivation that came with it. More than anything, it was your ability to see these predators for what they are, because you all had experienced it firsthand. Can you all understand that?
Yes, James.
We have done more to stop men from raping women than any feminist movement to date. We've shown women what they're capable of. Women can give themselves safe abortions now. Women can walk around at any fucking time of night. For the first time in history, men are the ones looking over their shoulders and keeping an eye on their drinks. I know my motivations are at times questionable. I know that. Can you ladies think of any other way?
No, Jinx.
And you, Petey?
No. So, now you're gonna leave me here.
Yes, we are. It is important for groups to maintain stability by abandoning members who display disdain for the mission.
Please, Jinx. Please don't make me do this
We'll
alone.
never be able to thank you for the work that you've done on this movement.
Please.
I know you're scared right now, please. But this is necessary for women everywhere.
Necessary for women everywhere.
That was the last you saw of her?
Yes.
And that was when you turned yourself in, correct?
There was nothing left to do.
You did the right thing.
I did?
No! You're a cold-blooded killer and a sadistic torturer.
I was being brainwashed.
You were fully aware that Genevieve was manipulating you. Even as you were confronting her about it, you begged her to let you stay in the group.
I didn't want to be homeless. She was blackmailing me.
Let's see. Castrating men who might be innocent. Staying in a shelter where you're warm and safe.
That's not how it was. We thought we were doing the right thing.
Maybe you did do the right thing, but you went about it in the wrong way.
What would be the right way?
Your Honor, I rest my case.
No! I demand an answer to my question.
I'm the one who asks the questions here, little lady.
You can't sentence me if you can't prove I did anything wrong.
Even you think you're wrong. You turned yourself in.
I changed my mind.
Of course. What? No wonder you got brainwashed. What's next? You're going to realize you're not really a lesbian?
Before the judge sentences me, I demand an answer to my question. I know I said Jinx was an awful person. She made us do awful things. She was a manipulative, lying, controlling, greedy, power-hungry bitch. But she had a point. We did what we said we would do. We made rapists afraid to rape.
There's a legal system in place for a reason, sweetheart.
The legal system that blames victims and chooses biased juries and sentences rapists with a slap on the wrist if they get sentenced at all. The legal system that's going to punish me for punishing rapists.
That's not how it is.
You know that's how it is. Because your cops and your judges and your precious legal system didn't stop the rapists in this town. We did. What we did worked. Maybe it was unethical. Or maybe she was right. I don't know. Maybe it's the brainwashing. But Jinx's question, it's in my head like a broken record. I keep imagining if not for me, Amy, Marie, NATASHA, then who? Nothing else makes sense when I step back and look at it. It's hazy. She created this intricate system, this perfect solution to a problem no one has ever been able to solve. I don't know. I can't answer her question. but I think you should. Before you sentence me, I need you to answer this. How else could it have been done? How else could it have been done? How else could it have been done?